Guys, it's Lila from Crafty Twins, and I know we haven't been doing a lot of videos lately, and like not in a very long time, but we're gonna have a schedule now, and I'm gonna do a video I'm gonna upload a video every Friday. I know it's not Friday today, but we haven't been doing lots of videos because we have school and sports going on around this time, and we're just gonna do a video every Monday, and I'm gonna do one every Friday. And today I'm going to be making a country themed birthday card, and I already cut out most of the stuff that I need, and this is what you're gonna need. This is a fine tip PVA glue applicator, and this is optional. If you don't have the same kind, you can use any kind of ribbon you want, but I have this black ribbon with like little daisies on it, this yellow daisy ribbon. I used a stamp that has two girls sort of on like a barn field sort of thing, and I cut that out, and I used a die cut to cut the shape around it. I also used a die cut to cut out these cream colored little tags, and I used also a die cut to cut out this happy, the word happy. You can't really see that. I'll put it on top of the card. You can't see that probably, but happy, and this is BD, and I'm gonna glue those on there. So let's get started. And if you don't have die cuts or stuff to cut out happy B-Day, you could just write that, and if you don't have die cuts to make the tag shapes, you could just trace like a tag on your clothing or something like that. And now let's get started. And what I forgot to mention is like a hole puncher, or you don't need this, you could just glue the tags down, but I'm going to use these little brads. I forgot what they're called, but they're called brads, and stick those in there so they can like sort of swing. So I'm just gonna punch 2 holes in my paper. So I'm just taking a little marker and making a dot inside these little circles so I know where I'm gonna punch my holes. You could use normal hole puncher if you wanted to do this, but I have this crocodile, and I'm going to punch the holes in. Right there. And one more right there. And now I'm just going to put my tags around the circles again and take my thing, forgot what it's called, and put it inside the hole, and just take these 2 pieces and bend them back like that, and I'm going to do the same thing to this hole too. So now I did both of them, and they kind of like swing like that, and I like that. And now I'm gonna, if you don't have these, just write happy the birthday, but I have the die cut, so I'm just gonna glue these down with this glue, the fine tip PVA glue applicator.
It's just Elmer's glue in there too.
Oh, it's just Elmer's glue actually. It's just in this bottle, and that's what that looks like. And now I'm gonna show you how I colored this cutout stamp picture thing. And I'm gonna start off with a light blue, and use the other side of this, and just start coloring in the bottom of her dress. And I don't know why I think of blue and I think of country. It's just their clothing. I don't know why, because like I think it's because Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz was wearing like a blue dress, and it was like they lived like a barn sort of, and so yeah, that's why I picked blue. And I'm just coloring the bottom of her skirt in with this color. So I did the bottom of her dress, and I used a little bit of this darker color, and I have no idea how to, you probably can't read that, it's way too small, but anyways, that's the color that I used for my second color, just to outline the end of the dress to put the bow in the back. And Then I'm going to take this other color. I got this darker blue color. It's called Peacock Blue. And I'm just going to do the top of the dress with this color. And I keep picking off the wrong end. I want the big end. And I'm just going to color in her dress. And I know the colors are kind of weird, but you know, it's not supposed to look perfect. It's just, you're supposed to have fun with it. And you're not supposed to have, when you're gonna be like outside working usually if you live in a barn, like out with the animals, so it doesn't really matter what you're wearing or what your clothes look like. So, I finished the back of her dress. Now I'm going to start with her clothes. And I'm going to start with the blue jeans. I'm taking this unpronounceable name, unpronounceable? I don't know if that's a word. But it's the color that I couldn't pronounce earlier and I was trying to show you, but you probably could not read. And I'm going to do her blue jeans with it. And just coloring it in, trying my best not to get her shoes or her shirt. And I'm not going to color in her back pockets, but you can if you want to, but I'm going to do that with a different color. So I'm trying to do this quickly. So almost done. I'm just getting around the pockets here. And it doesn't have to be perfectly. You can get some on the pockets, or you can color the pockets in with the same color, but I think I'm going to take this darker blue color and do that also, but I'm going to use the tiny end of it. Just so you can see the pockets a little bit better. And I colored those in. And I know they look like they're matching a lot, but I'm gonna do her shirt red so they don't look like they're exactly the same color. I know you're just looking at my arm trying to grab a marker. Okay, I got it. That was a challenge. Now I'm just gonna color in her shirt. Oh, it actually shows up sort of like a pink, but it's called, it says it's red, but I don't know. It's sort of like a really dark pink. Sort of like a red, but it seems like a dark pink to me. What do you guys think? Say that in the comments. I don't even know if it shows up the same color on the camera or a little bit different. And I'm also going to do her shoes red, because it just makes it so you don't have to take out another color. So that's what I got so far, and now I'm going to do their hair. And I got to do both of their hair blonde. Or no, I'm going to do her hair orange and her hair blonde. That's what I feel like what they would look like if they were real. So I got these two colors, and this one's like an orange, and this one, I know yellow and blonde aren't the same thing, but I think this looks sort of like a blonde color. And I'm just going to color her hair with this color, and really quick, and that was really quick, and do her hair with the orange really quick, like so. And I think I'm gonna do her shoes orange, because I like this color orange. It's like neon. And now I don't have that much left to do. I just have to pretty much color in the grass. And you don't have to do that. I don't even know if I'm going to do that. And color in their skin color. And you don't have to do that. You can leave it white if you'd like. So now that part's done. And I do realize a little bit on this hand I got out of the lines. But I don't think that will matter that much, because I think it looks pretty cool. Now I just put a bunch of this glue on here, and you could use double-sided tape if you want to, and I should have used that, but I realized that I should have when I was in the middle of putting glue on here, so I don't think it really matters. I'm just going to stick this down off-centered a little bit more to the side, and just press that down, and then I'm going to get on with my ribbon. Okay, now these are the two ribbons that I have. It's It's called Velvet Daisy Trim, and it's just yellow daisies. And there's usually, since it's outside, there's gonna be flowers and stuff. And yeah. So, and I also have this black with white daisies with a green middle. And the person I'm giving this to loves black, so I like this. And I thought it would be cool. Is it just me, or am I saying cool a lot in this video? Cool, cool, cool. That's because this thing is so cool. And I'm just going to put this sideways like that. And so I'm just gonna, oopsies, cut this. It won't cut. Maybe I need actually ribbon scissors. Maybe that would work better. And I'm just gonna use my hot glue gun and glue pieces of ribbon randomly everywhere. And I still think random looks cool. I just said cool again, didn't I? Well, okay. I'll try not to say cool so much, and I just said it again, didn't I? So I glued on that little strip right there, and I have this daisy ribbon, but I have, I think, a better idea. Instead of using it as like ribbon, I'm gonna cut the cut every daisy out, like just like make a cut like that. So I have like a little I can't speak today. Individual little daisies that I can scatter all around my card. So I'm just gonna put one right there, and just gonna push it down with this thing. This thing's actually meant for hot glue, but it's not meant for doing this with hot glue, but it works. I have actually finger things that you're supposed to put on so you don't burn yourself when you're using hot glue. And I will get those and then also cut up some more daisies and show you where I'm going to put those down. And I couldn't find those little pink glue finger things right now, but I'm sure you all know what they look like. Well, if you don't, they're just like little rubber finger shaped things. That's all they are. And I'm just gonna glue these down. And don't start over if you mess up. Just make it into something else. That's what I always do. And even though you might get frustrated, because I get frustrated if I mess up on something, and well, I think everybody does if they mess up sometimes. Everybody's gotten frustrated at least once in their life. And I do a lot, usually. So, anyways, don't give up if you mess up. Just keep going, and then at the end it will look better. Like how right there, I colored all the lines, but you can't really even notice it unless somebody spots it out. So now I'm going to take an advanced calculator and just stick that onto the front of my card. Ta-da! I'm just gonna put some of this advanced tape along the perimeter of the front of my card. That was a lot of words. And you can make an X in the middle too. You don't need that much because this stuff is pretty strong, but I like using using lots of it. And try to center it the best you can. And just stick it on there, and it stays pretty well. And I almost forgot to say how I got this piece of background paper. I just took two little pieces of paper that I liked, and I glued them, then put the size of the front and traced it out on the piece of paper, and then cut it out, and that's how I got the background shape. And you can write whatever you want inside, you can stamp whatever you want inside, you can do whatever you want with the other parts of this. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't skip to the end right now, because I have something pretty important to say that most of you would probably want to hear. If I answer every single comment that I get, I'm not even joking, I answer every single one. There's no comment that I haven't replied to. So if you leave a comment, or if you have a question, just give a comment, and I guarantee that you will have an answer within that day or the next day. So believe me, ask other people that watch my channel, I always reply back all the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, 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 please like us and subscribe, because we love subscribers. Not to be greedy, it's just every YouTube channel likes them. So please like this video if you enjoyed it, or you enjoyed watching this video, or even if you disliked it, please like it. If you will, that would be awesome. So thank you for watching this video on a country card, and I hope you try this and have fun with it, and I hope you try crafts at home, and if you don't have the same supplies, just think of what you could do instead. Like, you could use anything to make a craft out of it, pretty much. So I hope you enjoyed this video, like I've said for like the 5th time, and subscribe, like, comment, and don't forget this. I gotta make a video every single Friday, but he's gonna make a video every single Monday. And if we don't, there has to be a really good reason. So don't be alarmed. We're not gonna just stop making videos. And there's just some big gaps, but now there's not going to be, because we're gonna have a strict schedule where Maisie makes some on Monday, makes a video on Monday, and I make one on Friday. And I just picked Friday because yesterday was Friday when we were discussing this, and I don't want to do it on weekend because I'm not gonna have time to. And Maisie's name starts with an M, so that's why I said you should do it on Monday. But there's no days of the week that start with L, so that's why I just picked Friday. Even though today's not Friday, I wasn't able to do one yesterday. But whatever, I'm gonna do one every single Friday from now on. And now I'm just talking. Is anybody actually still watching this? That would be surprising if they are. Well, thank you if you are. So, bye!